So this is it. This could be the crowning moment of our time at Oviedo. We're taking on Tottenham. It's the Europa League final. This is, we're going to lose it, aren't we? It's going to be another Valencia debacle. I'm literally so terrified of it being another Valencia debacle. Hello and welcome back to The Real Deal. Today, just the one game for you, but it is the big one, the Europa League final. I know it's a cup final and I meant to be wearing a suit, but at work I've been wearing shirts and ties and I'm just bored of it. So I'm going for the hoodie, we're going for a slightly more casual look for this cup. It's only the Europa League, it's not Champions League, so it's acceptable, I think, to go a bit more casual. Right, we've got a lot to talk about actually, since you were last here. There is a bit to talk about. We'll start off with the results since you were last here. So last episode, the semi-final and the Real Madrid game. We lost to Real Madrid. Now, we lost to Real Madrid. We went 5 points behind them in the league with 3 games to go. So we needed them to drop 5 points and us to basically win every game. It started off pretty well. We beat Real Betis 3-1 in a pretty good game. Real Madrid also drew their game as well. So we were then 3 points behind them. And it's looking, we're 3 points behind them. This could be good. We go and then beat Girona 2-0, so then we're level on points with Real Madrid, but then they go and win their game. So we're still 3 points behind them, and I'm thinking, wow, next episode is going to be mental. We're going to do the Malaga game where we could win the title, and the Tottenham game where we could win the Europa League. However, I did forget that the Spanish League is organised on head-to-head record, and because Real Madrid had beaten us twice, it meant that we couldn't possibly overtake them, despite if they lost their game 1,000,000 and we won 1,000,000, we'd have 1,000,000 goal difference, they'd have minus 1,000,000 goal difference. We'd still finish behind them in the table because of this head-to-head record. So as soon as that Girona game finished, they'd won. They were 3 points ahead of us. They won the title, and my sort of plans for the next episode were sort of ruined. As it happened, we did lose to Malaga as well, so that would have been a very disappointing episode. If we could have won the title then in that game and then go and lose it, that would have been awful. So it was actually probably a good thing that we didn't win. In the end, it means that we finished second in the table, a good 6 points behind Real Madrid in the end. So it was a bit unlucky to lose it like that. But in the end, if we'd lost them, even if we beat Real Madrid in that game, we'd have then lost to Malaga and then lost the title anyway, actually. So it wouldn't have been great. 81 points, our second highest ever points total. We actually got more points 2 seasons ago when we came second. We finished on 83 points. So actually, you could argue we've gone down and backwards a little bit, but it was pretty good. This, though, was only the start of our problems. There's a bigger problem. You'll notice here, Hans Osmanovic wants to move to a bigger club. Now, it might have been an episode, actually. He came to us and said he wanted to go to a bigger club, and we said, no, we'll get Champions League. And he was like, yeah, that's brilliant, we'll get Champions League, things like that. He was happy with that. But he sort of said, we said to him, let the young players come through, we'll have a team ready for Champions League next season. That's what we said to him. He's now come, he might say in promises a little bit better, actually. If you go to promises, he's waiting on the youth players to develop, and apparently that's just not happened, despite our team having 5 youth players that have come through our ranks in the first team, in and around the first team on the bench and things like that. So I find that quite upsetting. We've also got 29 days left to win silverware. Otherwise, that'll be cross as well. So we need to win this game, actually. Otherwise, he'll be very cross and desperate to leave Hans Osmanovic. You'll also notice, actually, that one player agrees with him. Can we click on that? Does it tell us? It should tell us because, I know who it is anyway. Oh, it is telling us. Apparently on this screen, the happiness screen. So he wants to leave Hans Osmanovic. And it's Emmanuel Sanchez, of all people, in defence, who was desperate for him to leave as well. He's like, no, go. But a lot of other players, thankfully, a lot of the influential players are against Hans Osmanovic leaving. Hopefully we won't get an angry message from the team saying, let him go, because everyone seems to be with me on this one. So that's quite nice. If anything, though, I just think he's unhappy because he didn't win Player of the Year. Luka Adzic beat Hans Osmanovic to Player of the Year with his 16 goals and 17 assists and a 7.51 average rating. Hans Osmanovic came second, and actually Dad came third in the Player of the Season. So we swept up the awards there, the Player of the Season awards, which is pretty nice to see. It's nice to see that our players are being recognised. Luka Adzic, I think, is an unsung here. I think we look at Hans Osmanovic a bit too much, but Luka Adzic he's the first name on the team sheet, really, which is also quite sad because you'll see why in a little bit. Adzic, Dad and Hans Osmanovic all made it into the team of the season as well, alongside this guy from Real San Sebastian. The rest of it made up of Real Madrid players, which, it's probably fair enough because they won the title, didn't they? What is sad for Luka Adzic, though, despite being player of the season, the first name on the team sheet, you can see down here that he's currently injured with concussion for another 6 to 8 days, so he cannot play in today's game. Sanchez is also out with a twisted knee, so one of our best centre-backs is out for today's game as well. So we're missing 2 massive players. We're also missing, he's up here, incidentally, Jerome Harbo. We're missing him from today's final because he's on international duty. I don't know why they wouldn't let him stay, but he's on international duty for the Europa League final. So we're missing 3 key players, which is very upsetting. What that means is we're going for a bit of a different. Well, it's not a different formation. We've just not used it all season, which is very risky. It's the Europa League final. Tottenham are full of confidence. They've had a good season. We're coming off the back of a loss to Malaga, which means that we lost the title. So they're obviously very disappointed about that. Hans Osmanovic is just depressed about being at the club, basically. So I don't think we can trust him too much being a sole striker. We're missing 1 key winger. We're missing a very key central midfielder. And we're also missing a key defender as well. We're missing a key player in every position. Hans Osmanovic may as well be missing because he's so depressed, apparently. So I feel like this is the best formation to go for today's game. It's risky, I know. However, our backs are against the wall. And, this would be the greatest story in the world if, when our backs are against the wall, missing key players, half the players are depressed, for us to change formation and then go and win the title, or the title, I suppose, of the Europa League, that would be incredible. So this then is the lineup. This is what we're going for. Burke stays in goal. We've got a back line of Thomas Partey, who sort of moves temporarily into defence alongside Babic and Vazquez. Cucurella on the left and Diouf is on the right, making his first start at right wing back. Usually we go for, where is he? David Cameron. We go for him. But quite frankly, he's past it now. And he's got no match sharpness as well. He's past it as well. So we have to trust Diouf there. It may not be the most suitable player, but we've got to trust him. Dad and Colono start in that midfield position. They're pretty good. I trust them. I'm happy with them. On the grounds that Adic is injured and Harbo is on international duty, Nacho is coming into the attacking midfield position today. He's barely started this season, I've got to say, but we'll give him a chance. Bannister can't play there. Or actually, Bannister can go there. Osmanovic does Osmanovic prefer that? Osmanovic slightly prefers being an attacking midfielder. However, he has scored 44 goals this season. I feel like putting him there is a bad idea. So we will switch it all back round again. Nacho's going back there. We've got Bannister up front as well and Osmanovic starting. So, do I have confidence in this? Or do we start... No, I can't have second thoughts. I've decided... No, I can't do it. I can't have second thoughts. I've just got to go with it. This is my gut feeling at the start. I can't change it now. I meant to try and show you our path to the final as well. But if I lingered around doing that, I'd change my mind again. And I don't want to change my mind anymore. We're going for this. Tottenham awaits us. Tottenham going very attacking. So actually, it's probably a good idea that we did stay with this because I feel like we can soak a bit more pressure like this. If we went back to the usual, I think we may be a bit more susceptible. But I really have no idea. Right, dressing room. It'd be a good idea to remind them that the pressure is off. Actually, that could be a good idea. We're underdogs, but go and give the fans. No one's reacted to that very well. So, he listened. Do you listen nervously? That's never a good sign. Well, I think I may have bottled the lineup, and I think I may have bottled the team talk. Let's just get out there. We're in Italy. If there's any consolation, we're in Turin, aren't we? We're in Turin for the final. It's being played in the Juventus Stadium. So, if anything, we'll have a lovely time in Italy, a lovely holiday, and if we lose, we can just have a lovely time exploring Turin. Early indications, though, suggest that it's going to be a very, very it's a cup final. Of course, it's going to be a cagey match to start off with. No one's really going to try and take the bull by the horns, are they? Everyone wants to try and settle into the game. The first highlight of the game, though, looks like it could be coming to us as their goal kick goes straight to Cucurella there, and Clona can put the ball forward to Hans Osmanovic. Hans back in towards Dad. Dad on the ball now, coming out into the edge of the area, puts it back to Diouf, puts it back to Clona. That wasn't the best move, I don't think, but Nacho gets tackled. Colono just about gets the ball back into Diouf, who puts it... We're playing a bit nervously. We finally get it out of that right-hand side, a bit more central now. Nacho out to Cucurella, who has got a lot of space, is very slow on the ball, though, puts it back to Diouf, who's got even more space, who can put the cross in. Osmanovic is there, and he's put it in the back of a net in the final to open the scoring for Oviedo. We've taken the lead in the Europa League final, and perhaps, actually, despite me being very, very nervous and thinking I've done the wrong thing, this is going to be perfect. All right, let's chill. There's a long way to go. We all remember what happened last time we were in a cup final. We don't want to relive... Could you imagine if it happened again? Could you imagine if we had to relive that? Honestly, if that happened again, I don't think I'd ever play Football Manager again. If that happens again, I would seriously just think about never playing Football Manager ever again. Kelowna makes a nice interception there. Chris Bannister then loses the ball straight away, which is why he's not started too much this season. To be fair, he's had a good time, I've got to say. He signed on loan for us, ended up playing the B team because we couldn't get him registered because he was a foreign player technically. Scored nearly 30 goals for the B team in half a season. has come into the first team and is now in a cup final, whereas at Chelsea, he'd be doing nothing. So I think he's had a good deal, and actually, I'd like to have him back next season because he's been very good backup. In the meantime, though, Tottenham are coming forward and just put their shot wide, but if they want to shoot from that distance and put it wide, that's fine. They can do that all day by me. Corner now, though, for Tottenham, 34 minutes into the game. They've just hit the post. They just hit the post. I mean, that was the highlight. The highlight was for hitting the post, so that's fine. But they're creeping closer and closer, Tottenham now. They were wide a minute ago. Now they just hit the post. As the next one, to be fair, they haven't had a shot on target yet. So the next one will be on target. And then a shot after that will go in the back of a net. You can almost guarantee it. Okay, we've got to half time. Wow, we've actually got to half time and we're winning the game, which is wonderful. It's still quite cagey. It's still pretty neck and neck in the game, I've got to say. But we've got to it ahead in the main stat, which is the scoreline. Osmanovic's goal on the 14-minute mark is what separates us. Now what do I say? Now what do I say? Do I just say I'm happy with your performance so far, keep it up? Okay, there's a lot of green there. That's good. But it says, okay, that's good. Usually it just says looks extremely delighted. And that's kind of like, they look happy, they think the job's done. But they look to gain confidence and they seem motivated. That's what it says here. That doesn't normally happen. Usually it's just like this, looks delighted. That's all it is. Like for Nacho there, looks delighted. So I'm quite happy with that reaction from the players, actually. Fingers crossed, if we can keep our shape in the second half, keep our discipline, maybe try and get them a counter-attack, things like that, we could win this game. Colonno's free kicked in from the... Oh, my goodness. What if that? I mean, I don't know what the keeper was doing there. The keeper seemed to fumble it, but Colonno's free kick, he's been improving all this season with free kicks, and he's scored one where it absolutely matters. In the final of the Europa League, you could not get you could get in a bigger stage. It could be the Champions League final. It could be the World Cup final. But not many bigger stages than the Europa. I mean, there's also the Moussa Dembele's just scored one. He's brought one back for Tottenham, but we're 2-1 up because Colonno scored on the biggest stage, despite the Champions League or the World Cup or probably Copa Libertadores. That's probably quite a big one as well. Even Copa Sudamericana, that's probably on par with the Europa League. So. Maybe not quite the biggest stage in the world, but one of them. In the meantime, though, Tottenham are looking to come forward again. Bustos on the ball now, can put a cross in, and it's just been put... By the way, I was right. Tottenham had that shot wide, then they hit the post, then I said they'll get one on target, and then they'll score. They got one on target just before half-time, and then the next one was in the back of the net. So my prediction was pretty good there. Can you tell I'm nervous? Because I feel like I'm just talking rubbish. And usually when I'm nervous, that's what happens. I am very reluctant to change anything, though. We're winning, and if we're winning, I don't really want to change things to upset the balance. But Dad has found some space in the middle of the park there. We know that he's very good from distance, but not in that situation he wasn't. That was pitiful. It does worry me seeing that Vazquez and Thomas Partey are both sitting on 6.4s. You don't want two central defenders sitting on 6.4s. That's not something you want to see, especially with 20 minutes to go in the game. There's 20 minutes to go. There's 17 minutes to go. And please, lads, we don't want this. This is not what we've come to this game for. You hate to see this. You really hate I'm so scared. I am very, very scared. Do we do it? Is this meant to happen? Do we go to the... You know what? I think this is meant to happen. I think this is meant to... Bannister can stay on the right. For now. Mezza's going to come on the left. So Nacho's going. See you later, Nacho. There's 13 minutes to go. 13 minutes to go. It's 2-2. We have to grab a goal. We're changing formation. Am I an idiot? Don't answer that, actually. Please don't answer that, as looks like Tottenham trying to have a go from their free kick. Burke with a decent save there. Right. Have we made subs yet? I don't know if the changes have gone through yet. I haven't really checked. Burke's ball up towards Thomas Partey is won, but loses it to Maguire. And now Bustos trying to come forward for Tottenham. They're going a bit more central, although good interception from Cucurella. His ball forward, though, was awful. And Gudetti... Oh, I just said that wrong twice. How do you say that? I feel like that's an easy name to say. Gudetti, but I think I'm saying it wrong. Either way... I'm talking rubbish. Hans Olonovic, Dad, oh my goodness, has just scored. Okay, Dad. Oh, I just want to win this game. I get so involved in my set. I get so involved that this literally feels like life or death right now. I'm very, very this hoodie is very thick as well. I'm really sweaty. This is not pleasant. People think that, like, you play Football Manager, you get to cup finals, you really enjoy them. For me, I play Football Manager, get to the cup finals, and I absolutely hate it. I hate playing the cup finals because there's so much to lose. There's so much to win, but there's so much to lose at the same time. And now we're here in the 90th minute, and the last time we were in a cup final in the 90th minute, we were 3-1 up. Last time we were in the cup final, and the full-time whistle actually went, we lost 4-3. So I'm extremely nervous. And they're coming forward. Thomas Partey, huge interception. Berke clears it up towards Bannister, who doesn't win the ball, unfortunately. Now Bustos can come forward again. And I'm so nervous. Onslanovic up towards Dad. Leonardo Meza to win the game for us, puts it wide of the post. Is he going to live to root? If we lose this now, I'm tempted to release him because that was an easy one to score and he's missed it. Kelowna coming forward though. Dad up to Hans Osmanovic, who gets tackled, and now they're building from the back. Tottenham with 50 seconds to go in the game. Bustos, Diouf doesn't win the ball. Okay, I honestly thought he was going to win the ball there. That was disgusting. Babic though does collect the ball and Berke clears it up. 30 seconds to go before the final whistle should go. Eriksson on the ball. Dembele. Bustos once again. I can feel it coming. Guidetti, that I feel like I'm saying wrong still. Kelowna makes the interception though. Osmanovic, just go to the corner flags. Oh, Dad, what was that? We've somehow managed to. I hate this. I hate this so much. We've won. We've just won the Europa League with. Wow, that is amazing. I did not think we'd actually get to winning anything with Oviedo. But that was incredible. I can relax now. Like, suddenly the nervousness has gone. I'm no longer scared. This save has been saved. I'll say that this save has been saved. I honestly thought for a long time we were just going to get to the finals and lose them. I thought that Valencia one, that was going to start something. Obviously, we could have won the title this season. We've bottled that as well. I thought this was going to be another thing, especially with key players missing, Hans Osmanovic wanting to leave the club, and having to change formation because we haven't got the players to suit the system that we usually play. And it's somehow fallen together perfectly to win the Europa League. This is amazing. I swear if I'm not a club legend after this game, I will actually kick off. Because if I'm not a club legend, I don't know what else will make me a club legend. A lovely £6 million for winning the Europa League there. Fantastic stuff. We celebrate a double. What do you mean a double? Of course, the famous double that everyone wants, the Europa League and the Spanish Under-19s Division 1. That's the double you want. Iconic. Kelsey builds a legacy at Oviedo, apparently. Please tell me I'm a legend now. I better be. This must take me, right. I'm not a legend, but I am an icon. So it's me and Anthony Lozano are both icons. I'm not a legend yet. That is upsetting me. I can take icon. I'll accept that, but I want to be a legend. Well, the board are happy with me for winning the Euro Cup. Hopefully they are. Hopefully they're happy with me. Let's have a quick look at who's won it recently since the save started. Ironically, Everton have won it twice since this save started, but a whole host of different teams have won it actually, which is quite cool to be fair. Because if you look at if we quickly go up to the Champions League, you'll see that it's been won by Manchester United every single season, apart from one when Manchester City won it instead, and they beat Manchester United in the final. So this has been a bit of a domination by Manchester, but the Europa League seems to have been a bit more sporadic and a bit more open, which is quite cool. Because we've won this as well, that might make us a first seed for the Champions League next season, which may mean we get a better draw next season for the Champions League, which may mean we actually qualify from our group. Well, what a massive season that has been. We may not have won the title in the end, but we did manage to win some silverware in the Europa League. Next season, we're going to have to go all out for Champions League. I mean, that's going to be ridiculously tough. I don't think it's going to happen, but we're going to try our utmost. We're also going to try our utmost for La Liga as well. We've got one more chance at both of those before we move to FM19, and I think we have to grab it with both hands and just go balls out, basically. We haven't got much money, I've got to say. If we look at the finances, when we got guaranteed qualification for the Champions League, the board gave us the budget, which is £20,685,000 per week to spend on wages, which actually isn't that much compared to a lot of other clubs. So we may struggle a little bit to sign players, but hopefully we'll just be able to get a good team anyway and try and replicate what we did this season. So thank you very much for watching this season of The Real Deal. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have done, make sure you drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and I will see you next time for more Real Deal.